1 Peter 5:7 is a real good verse. All the verses are good, of course. But casting all your care upon him because he cares for you. You know, I don't know if you realize this or not, but you and I may be somebody's real trouble. And why I say that is, if you are praying for a loved one to come into the kingdom, you have actually, in most cases, invited trouble into their lives. Because if everything is going smooth and going beautiful, then there's very, very little chance that they are going to surrender their lives to Jesus. And if you think how you came to Jesus and the things that were in your life that got your attention, in most cases it wasn't all happy times. These were times where there was real issues and problems. Now, if things seem to be flipping upside down in the lives of those you love, don't get all nervous and don't get upset. And most of all, be very, very careful that you are not praying against your own prayers. Because if you have been praying for these to find the kingdom, to find the narrow gate, remember now, they're looking for the gate. That's what everyone is looking for, that gate. And few there be that find it. Well, here's how they find it. Trouble after trouble after trouble comes into their lives with no answers. Now, there is plenty of answers, but they will not be given out by the king until the person says, I surrender. What's the answer? Now, when they come to that place, then the attitude that the king has is, I thought you'd never ask. And it all depends on how stubborn your loved one is, how tenacious that they are not going to move. They're not going to do it any other way but their way. And there's sometimes you have to go through things 4 and 5 and 6 times over and over. And if you're like me at all, you're going to go through it a dozen times. And I'm still going through things, and I think you are. Even though you found the gate, there's areas that you can't quite squeeze through and you can't figure out why. It's because you're still trying to do it yourself. And there's not quite enough trouble coming into your life. And I hope I'm not talking to those and have you take it out on those that are praying for you, because we won't stop. It is more important than anything in this whole world that you get into the kingdom and find that gate. And it is the will of the Father that you be saved. So therefore we are praying in accordance to the will of the Father. And the Father said, Jesus said, that if you'll ask anything in accordance with my will, my Father will give you that gift. My Father will answer it. Well, we know he wants that nobody should perish. So your relatives are going to be saved. If you're praying and earnestly, don't give up on them. But you may be the one bringing the trouble. So be careful that you don't pray against your own prayers. Love them all the way through and watch what he does.